people do just wake up. This is the Sony Bravia S20, 43 inches, Android or Google TV, whatever you want to call it. I've been using it for the last 7 days. You must have seen my shot. The guy unboxed it, installed it. It's a wall-mounted setup for me. I'm going to tell you what I think about this TV after using it for 7 days. So stick around. So this is a smart TV. It's not a smartphone. So if you just go through the UI of Google TV, certain scrolls are very smooth, but sometimes it gets into this laggy nature, especially when it has to load content from the internet. I'll open Prime Video. You can see the main content is taking time to load because it has to pull it from the internet. So it's taking time. So it does lag a little bit. So please don't say that it's a bad TV because of this. It is a smart TV, not a smartphone. So if you're scrolling through YouTube on a smartphone, it might be smoother than this. But you have to remember, it's a TV. It's meant to watch content. So mostly when you load content up, it should be fine. Sony makes very, very good IPS panels. Now this is a normal LED panel. It's not a QLED or a OLED. OLED is a different technology only. But at 43 inches at this price point, you won't get a better panel with this type of color, quality, and obviously Sony service. So Sony is slightly more expensive. This TV costs 41,000. There are other TVs at the same size and the same technology or better technology, which will be priced lower. But Sony service, Sony's quality is something that everyone talks about. Now this is a 4K TV which supports HDR. But I've noticed a problem when you try to play anything that is 60 FPS, a very high frame rate, it kind of drops a few frames here and there. And I'm going to play a 4K HDR 60 frames per second video, and I'm going to show you what happened. In about 4 minutes, it's dropped about 25 frames out of 15,300. That's not a lot in the grand scheme of things, but still, that's something I needed to show you. So this video on your screen right now is not of the Sony TV, it's of a LG TV that my parents use. Now LG makes the hardware and the software. The software is called WebOS and it feels very light. So I've been using that TV for about a year now and I feel that that TV runs smoother than the Sony. The only reason being that the Sony TV, this hardware is made by Sony, the panel, the processor, all of that. The software is made by Google and the software has to run on a lot of other TVs. So it cannot be optimized only to one TV. And that I think is a slight drawback because you can feel it. Like if you're using both the TVs back to back, you can feel it. Another thing is the Sony doesn't have a magic remote. It comes with this remote. Now this remote, there's nothing bad about it. But now because I've used the remote on the LG, which comes with a magic remote, you can point it like that and it moves. I think at this price point, being a Sony, they could have added it. I mean, Sony is making the PS5 for God's sake, and similar things could have been added. So the problem I mentioned about frame rates is not a very big issue because 25 frames dropped in a 3-minute video is not even noticeable. If you're looking for it with a magnifying glass, you'll probably find it. But for most content that you're watching, not a problem. I had to mention it because it is something that I noticed. So that is all for this video. I know I look very, very sleepy. That's because I just woke up. People do just wake up. And this is a raw vlog. That's why I shot a lot of things in low light, in different conditions to show you all how the TV looks when you're watching it with less light around. If you all have any questions about both of these TVs, that's the LG or the Sony Bravia, put it down in the comments. About smart TVs in general, put it down in the comments. I'll be answering all comments. Till then, like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. And I'll see you all in the next one.